Well, whatever you do, don't hurt the magic. Alright, we're retrieving 3 hearts now. This is the 3rd heart I've retrieved. This is beyond a Time Lord. We don't know what the fuck the Sparrow is anymore, but he died. In this timeline, the Magic Man took it. Yeah, I wonder how that works, because it has to be. Otherwise, why would there be 3 different ending screens? It's a multiple ending game! No, not really. Yes. Yes, of course. Don't forget to make sure you've gotten all your flasks and your health potions. I'm gonna go over here for Wings of Wrath. The Flying Mage is overpowered. So, use the Wings of Wrath well, my friend, and fly away and dispense magical justice. Not holy justice, academic justice. Just us justices doing the academic thing in the courts. The courts of my brain's discontent. You have a brain trust. I always find it amusing when a fictional story is like, okay, I'm going to invite you to my brain trust. Or when people brainstorm ideas, it's like, I want a brain trust, that sounds fun. Especially funny if you invite people who wouldn't otherwise be friendly, or just like, okay. You know, they're like working on the clock. It's like, alright, I'll be in your brain trust. Yeah, I froze him with the shield. Let's see you block 0-degree temperatures, huh? I think that you can't. It is kind of weird as a concept to freeze someone because, like, you know, you don't actually give someone, like, a lack of heat. There is no something you add when you're cold. Being cold is always a subtraction of heat. It's about taking the heat off of something. That's how you freeze a thing. So, FYI, being frozen is just being less heated. There's no being less frozen to be heated. No, no, no. It's just the variable of heat, nothing else. That being how fast your molecules are moving. Which is how they can melt if you do it enough. The bond's breaking from the solid to the liquid to the gas and the plasma and some kind of Einstein-Bosnian whatever the fuck, and then something even higher. At that point, that thing shouldn't even be holding together anyway. I mean, gas is already hard to hold together. And you're telling me you're going to make a plasma? Are you crazy? Plasmatic prism. Oh, I was trying out this new cough drop. And, whatever. I can fly. No, I mean, because I have to constantly swallow it. It's just like, hey, man, you want that salivation? It's like, oh, I just thought it'd be cool to have something in my mouth that I don't really chew while I was talking, and maybe that wasn't the best idea on the entire planet. But you live and you learn, and then you just never do it again. Except when you do. Alright, get your despair pillars out on the countryside under the red sky. We're gonna fire all the things. Oh, the stalkers are gonna be annoying. However, as a mage, or at least during my 3rd playthrough, this is the part where I figured out how best to deal with those stalkers by now. Basically, if you keep firing this, it'll just keep stunning them without them ever hitting you or firing on you. So, yeah, the moment you see it, quick draw. If you fire fast on the stalker, you'll get it every single time, at least as the mage. That's what he's good at, getting the jump on you. Glass cannon, squishy wizard. Everyone likes that trope, and when he's not squishy, it's probably a warlock. You think everyone has like a disadvantage, but what if there's someone that just has a lot of advantages? Then what do? You do something, but you realize your enemy is not invincible. Oh, freezing a stalker! Oh, that's a new one. You'd think the water would erode him or something. Nope. I'm gonna freeze you more! Oh, you know what? Okay, here's a fun thing I want you to try, since I never thought of doing it. So you know my banishment devices? Try using it on a stalker and see what happens. See if they start, like, swimming through the ground. Won't that be fun? Just a thought. Or if you use a banishment device on the shield of a centaur, maybe it'll send you back to the beginning. See, now that we're, like, now that I've played for so long, now it's more like I'm going to try to come up with, like, theoretical exercises for Hexen that maybe you want to try. Certainly not changing your view while flying, though. That breaks this level only. For whatever reason. I have to make sure that kind of... Ow! I have to make sure that kind of glitch doesn't happen in Death Kings of the Dark Citadel. I hope it doesn't. Also, what is it with expansions and them having less content than the original game? It happens with Hexen, it happens with Quake. It's like Quake Mission Pack 1 has less levels than the original Quake, and then Mission Pack 2 has less levels than Mission Pack 1. It's like, no, it's getting smaller and smaller! And then what could be considered Mission Pack 3 unofficial has even less levels. Although, I think it's kinda unfinished, but it tries things that are really weird. I don't know what to think about it, honestly. I do know in a way it's so incomplete it's almost broken, but in order to get, like, this updated version of it, I need, like, to use a source port, like Quake Spasm, for instance. I hadn't tried using the Quake Spasm on this computer yet. I'm thinking I used that other one, which I'm forgetting, like, it was, like, Real Dark Engine Places, or whatever that was. Like, I think maybe it's called Dark Places. Which is like Quake Spasm, but takes more advantage of your graphics card or something. Either way, I realized the defaults of Quake Spasm are trash. So, it was to make it look like how I thought Quake would look. One of the weird defaults it has set is not really so much your HUD size or lack thereof. No, it's like the angle of your weapon's all wrong. Like, out of all the things that default, why would you default the angle of your weapon to be so different from the original game? That was the one default setting that didn't make sense. I understand the other defaults not being there. Like, I understood them adding motion interpolation, for instance. It's like, okay, it's like adding HD to stop motion. I understood that. But why the hell would you change the angle of how you aim your weapons from a visual standpoint? I didn't understand that at all. The fact that you even do it, or even want to do it, made even less sense to me. Like, why? So, maybe in the latest Quake Spasm version they don't do that. I could check the Quadicted website for more information. That's where I check for Quake mods or level packs, which there's not really that many, but I have... That's one of my many lists. One of my lists consists of Quake mods I should try. It's not that long. I'm pretty sure one of my longest mod sets that I want to check is probably either Super Mario World or Mario 64. Like, there's more Mario World stuff I can try, but I think there's more Mario 64 stuff I actually want to try. Due to variety, baby! Get fired on. Fire all cylinders. Graduate the cylinders until they've gotten smarter, more brainier than yesterday. Stronger than before. Stronger than yesterday. Inside jokes. Can't live without them. You know, memes are antithetical to the inside joke the more viral they are. So that's what you get for trying to have more people be part of your in-club. The more people that try to be part of your in-club, well, the less in-club it becomes now, doesn't it? And then you invent the gatekeeper, and then you're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, no. By the way, as much as we want to say that hobbies are gatekeeped, really no. The only actual gate is being able to do said hobby. I don't think there's any actual community gates to things other than the gates to the community and not the actual activity that the community is promoting itself. So that's my opinion on such things. Like, if you're gatekeeping watching a movie, I don't mean because of your age. It's like, how dare you be the same person who watches RoboCop and not understand that's a satire. That happens! Especially with Starship Troopers. Because I think it's the same guy. But it does happen. It's like, that wasn't the point of this. Or like, although I have to wonder, it didn't occur to me before that Star Wars, or at least the original trilogy, was it not the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy may have been an allegory for like the Vietnam War. I'm like, whether it's true or not was not the thought process, but it was more like, you know, how much things do people make are symbolic or allegorical? Or do they all have to be allegorical? Or did we not learn a damn thing from Dadaism? Maybe things don't have to mean anything. And if you look for meaning in something and get something out of it, well, maybe you're a fanatic. And I guess you would be. So, video game fanatics, line up next to me! Well, light's looking really good here today. I can see the things. Someone just mod Hexen so that the torch is always on. It might make the game like 500% better. There's almost no advantage to having visual problems in Hexen, because it's never absolutely dark, and it's always, there's always a few levels of some fogginess to mess with the draw distance, and it's just, there's really no point to doing that. Again, it's not like in Doom and Heretic where there's an actual level design part where you should have the lights on. Here, it's just like everything is slightly dark at almost all times. And I really think maybe that should have been part of this. It's a nitpick for sure. Much like how you don't really need the Dark Servants. Or even the banishment devices. Like the Chaos device, that can stay. That's useful as fuck in Hexen. I recommend having a spare Chaos device when you don't know what you're doing, or is like a shortcut back to where you were. Yeah, that's good. Or if you're, or better yet, here's an idea. You're about to fall down a pit, right? Use the Chaos device and boom, bam, you're at the beginning. It's a good save. And it saves you from having to load the quick save and losing progress that way, so something to think about. I guess basically the banishment device would be useful if there was a lot more of them in comparison to you, because there's more monsters in comparison to you. So there should be a higher ratio of banishment to Chaos devices, I think. That's just me, in my sense of level design. It doesn't have to be that way, though. Yep. Yep, I have to hit it a certain way in order to make this happen. But then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I have the ability to shoot ice at it, and that might actually work on it, so... See you when I do that. Yeah, for the longest. I was like, wait a minute. There we go, yeah! Isn't window class breaking logic great? It's really not. So, in case you're having trouble with that, well, there you go. Yeah. Then I realized I have to do the same thing with this window, and I'm like, wait a minute, just ice it. Ice it again. Nope, farther back. Oh man, I have to be at like a certain distance from it. And then I thought I could go back, but I think I should have gone through it. I don't know if I had to. Maybe. Maybe I should have done that. Oh dear. I might have forced the thing not to happen now. I certainly won't be able to leave if that's the case. Guess we'll find out the long and hard way. At least the lights are still on. Who turned off the lights? Oh no! Now the whole world is dark because of one little torch that should have had a small radius. Shit. Oh, brother. Oh, my sweet brothers. Will you join me in my quest for hexing all the ends? In Germany, it'd be hex DE. No, no. Hexen is kind of a German term, isn't it? I thought it was Latin at first. Something about witches and shit. And paganism. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's cool. How are the original Goths? I mean, the Visigoths. How are they these days? How's, like, okay. How are descendants of ancient civilizations doing? Like, descendants of ancient Egypt, descendants of ancient... Like, that kind of thing. I don't want to hear about if you came from, like... someone from the 18 or 1700s. I want to hear about someone who remembers the ancestry that traces it back to, like, the BCs or some shit. I want to know about that stuff. Imagine tracing that back. Except, the thing with ancestry is, if you trace something that far back, well, already if you go 3 generations back, that's like, you have only 12.5% of that person. So if you go even farther back, it becomes even less relevant over time. So, you really shouldn't worry about how similar you are to an ancestor, and really worry more about how similar your DNA might be to someone else who's not actually related to you, just due to how people intermingled. And that's exactly how siblings can be as different as night and day, by the way. Well, not exactly, but I mean, probabilities and shit, you know? You know, we made it up. It's numbers. At least I'm still flying. I don't know if it would have been better off of just using my things, but you know what? I have plenty of ice to use, and there's plenty of mana here. Let's just do it. Freezing the surface for me. Millions of peaches. Millions. There's millions of them, man. Ah. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, people who are trying to copyright claim my stuff when I randomly come up with a tune. That one's on me. Although I find it hilarious when people are copyrighting stuff that actually belongs to someone else. That's always hilariously dumb, because it's like the worst of both worlds. One, it doesn't belong to you, and two, you want to act like it belongs to you. So you're on both sides of the equation, and the worst parts of both equations. Like, fuck you. No one likes you. You're a detriment to this debate, for sure. Ah, he's dead. I really like the Stalker animations in this game. They're pretty good. I think the Stalker is the most pleasant surprise of playing this game. Because, you know, I tested out the first time without knowing about the secret level first. And then when I met them for the first time, I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Should I try to meet him over here? No, I don't know why I'm still doing it. Oh, wait. That almost worked. Hey! Okay. How about you? Aha! The double deuce. I've done it again. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha! Yes. Well, you're going down then, aren't you? My friendly friends of friendliness. Dun 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 dun. Getting your lasers in your pants from the magic laser pants. Da-da-da-da-da, laser, laser, laser. Do 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 laser do 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 laser taser do do do. Can I leave now? I've been here long enough. I've overstayed my welcome. I want my magic present from the sky. Oh, I see. I was gathering supplies. I understand now. Alright, now I can leave, right? Right? Let me leave! Just let me live my life. Let me live my life! I'll take your face off. No, not the bees! Oh, my legs! I really should watch The Witcher again, just to mock it. Like, I don't remember when or why I watched The Witcher, honestly. Because it's not really my kind of movie in the first place. But I remember watching it, and I don't know why I watched it. I'm assuming because Nicolas Cage. But that can't have been the reason, because there's plenty of Nicolas Cage movies. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, no. It actually makes perfect sense, because I think maybe my mother was a fan of Nicolas Cage. Along with John Travolta. I'm pretty sure he was a John Travolta fan. That's pretty obvious, actually. But yeah. Yeah. And my grandmother is a Bruce Willis fan. That's kind of fun. It's especially fun because he's like, ooh, he swears. I'm just like, oh, you're funny, Grandma. It's like, he shouldn't swear, but he's cool. It's like bless you, Grandma. It's like I had two different kinds of grandmas. The sweet one and the not sweet one. They're so different in personality, it's hilarious. I'm not going to go into it that much. I am oversimplifying it, of course. But the contrast is funny enough, so you paid attention to it. Sad that the dialogue won't change based on your class, so I've neglected to read it once again. I'll do that for any Doom 2 mod that, or I'll do that for any Doom mod that doesn't actually change the text. Just as an FYI. But if it does change the text, I'd take my time to read it. Okay, see you next time. We're going to the Shadowwood as the mage. We'll get weapon 3. It'll be a shocking good time.